Hello all, so Janae here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I am coming to you today with part one of a three-part Unhaul series that I'm doing. It's not really a series, it's just three parts of the same Unhaul. If you saw my kind of my bookish life reader rambles video that I should have just posted a few days ago, you will see that I am donating a lot of books. I have a lot of books that I've had for years, some that I've only had for months, but that I'm just going to go ahead and part ways with. I haven't even counted them. Maybe after this is all done, like in the third video of this, I'll tell you how many books there are. But there's just so many, and I keep buying books, and I don't have a lot of space for books. And so some of these books I've had, like I said, I just got them from like book outlet orders in the past 5-6 months. But a lot of them are books I've had for years. Some of them I've read and I really enjoy them, most of them, but I just don't need to have them on my shelves anymore. Others I haven't read, and I just know I'm not going to. So I'm not going to go into depth about most of these books. I'm just kind of showing you what I'm unhauling. If there's a reason I'm unhauling or something else I'd like to say about a book, I will do that. But other than that, I'm just going to get to it. The reason I broke this up into three parts, honestly, I don't even know if the parts are even. I broke my books into three boxes in order to donate them, and I'm just doing a box at a time for a video. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that, and let me know what you think in the comments. So the first book that I'm unhauling, I think people are going to be really upset with me for, and that's fine. But I already told you all I DNF'd this book. I just couldn't get into it. Couldn't get into the writing style, the second person narrative, all that good stuff. You probably know what it is by now. That is going to be You by Carolyn Kepnes. So many people love this book, and I bought it because so many people loved it, and I just couldn't get into it. I really couldn't. The story did not grip me at all. I had to read pages over and over again. I can't. I'm sorry. But yes, I'm getting rid of this book. The next book that I am going to unhaul is called The Sixth Wife by Jean Plady. I don't know. And this is one of the books that I bought after I read The Other Boleyn Girl, and I had this like reinvigorated thirst for knowledge about like British royalty and all that good stuff. This is about the wives of Henry VIII. I was obsessed with Henry VIII and his wives for a little while. I never read this book, and I'm just, at this point, I'm not going to. So I'm getting rid of it. The next two books I have here I'm showing together because they're both textbooks. They are both statistics textbooks. And you see those? Okay. I just don't need them anymore. I've taken my statistics courses. When I graduated from GW, I had 2 classes left to take. And statistics was one of them. I'm done with it, so I'm done with it. And that's it. No more statistics textbooks littering my bookshelves. The next book that I'm getting rid of is called The Blue Day Book, A Lesson in Cheering Yourself Up. Basically little tidbits and quotes and happy pictures. I never pick it up. I don't need it, so getting rid of it. The next book that I'm unhauling is Jennifer Weiner's Then Came You. I remember reading this book. I really liked it, but I'm not going to read it again. I just know I'm not. My sister, actually, I'm going to put this down. My sister is going to go through some of my books before I donate them to the Goodwill near us. And so some of these books might stay in my household. I feel like this is a book she might be interested in. That's why I'm saying that here. But most of them are getting the good old heave-ho. So yeah, getting rid of this one. So the next book I'm unhauling is Becoming a Woman of Extraordinary Faith by Julie Clinton. I am a Christian, and I keep saying this, but I'm planning a video. It's very difficult to talk about like religion and like beliefs on the internet especially, but I am planning a video to kind of go into my thoughts on religion and things like that. But I also just have several books like this, and I needed to get rid of some of them. I'm keeping a few, I'm getting rid of a few, so this is going away. The next book that I'm getting rid of is Deal Breakers When to Work on a Relationship and When to Walk Away. I think I read this book. I think I finished it. Um, I used to love books like this, and it's not that I don't anymore. I really like reading books about relationships. I love nonfiction books. I just don't need this anymore. I think this was a young buy for me, and I know what a deal breaker is at this point in my life. I don't need a book to tell me. So I'm going to let this go to somebody else who maybe needs this in their life. So yeah, gone. Next book I'm unhauling is Something on the Side by Carl Weber. I read it years ago, and I don't need it anymore. So it's going to go away now. Next up is Tina Fey, Bossy Pants. So I read this. I know everyone loves it. I loved it. I'm just not going to read it again. A lot of this I've said this already, but a lot of this has to do with me just not having a lot of space on my shelves for books that I'm not going to read anymore. And so I just can't justify keeping a book I know I'm not going to pick up, even if I really liked it. The next book I'm going to unhaul is called Games People Play by Eric Byrne, MD. This is the basic handbook for transactional analysis. This was a gift years ago. Somewhat of a gag gift, but somewhat of a real gift. And I enjoyed it when I got it, and now it's time to let it go. So I'm going to do that. But I'm smiling because I love the person who gave this to me. But I think he'd be perfectly fine with me letting it go at this point. So away it goes. The next book that I am unhauling is The Journey of Man by Spencer Wells. I don't have a real reason. I just don't think I'm going to pick this book up. It seems interesting. It's a genetic odyssey is the subtitle. It seems interesting. I think it's outlived its life on my shelves, and I'm done with it. So I'm going to let this one go as well. The next book that I'm going to unhaul is Television's Imageable Influences by Camille Cosby. So this book, I bought it when I was writing lesson plans for high schoolers about, the subtitle is The Self-Perceptions of Young African Americans. I was writing lesson plans for a group of young African Americans about how the media influences our opinions of each other and of ourselves. And so this book was really helpful in that. It was interesting, but I just don't think I'm gonna read it, and so I will give it away. The next book, if you have been with me for a little while, you may have heard me talk about this book. It's called The Sweet Spot by Stephanie Ivanovich. I think this was in the first book outlet order I ever placed. I think it was. I did not like this book. I think I rated it 2 stars. I finished it, but it was just, I didn't like it. So this is one of the books I'm getting rid of because I did not like it. And that's just that. I think some people will like it, clearly, but I just don't. So away it goes. The next book I'm going to unhaul is He's Just No Good for You, A Guide to Getting Out of a Destructive Relationship. I don't know why I have so many books about awful relationships. Not to say that I haven't had my fair share of them, because I have. I don't know why I felt the need to buy so many books about this topic. But regardless, here it is, and I'm getting rid of it. I don't think I ever actually even read it. I think I was in a vengeful mood after getting out of a bad relationship. And Jess was like, yeah, I need to read this book. I didn't need to read this book. I was fine. But maybe somebody does, and so I'm going to donate it and put it into hands that maybe need it a little bit more than I do. Y'all, okay, the next book, y'all are going to think I'm relationship obsessed. The next book that I'm unhauling is How to Gracefully Exit a Relationship by Frank Love. I don't know. I don't know. It's going away. So. The next book that I'm unhauling, I'm actually sad that I'm unhauling this. I remember that it was going to be a book for a book club, a social issues book club that I was a part of. And the book club kind of disbanded, and we never actually got to discuss this book, which was a little bit okay because I never actually read it. I mean, it seems super interesting. This is one of those I'm on the fence about. I might not unhaul it. I just don't see myself reading it anytime soon. But it seems super interesting, and it's called Half the Sky. By Nicholas Kristoff and Cheryl Woodun. I think they won a Pulitzer Prize. It says winners of the Pulitzer Prize. I don't know if it was for this book or for something else. But the tagline is turning oppression into opportunity for women worldwide. I've heard a lot of good things, and so I might keep this book, but it's been sitting on my shelf for years and I just haven't read it. And so I was kind of ruthless in this unhaul. So I think in these videos you're going to see me kind of trying to salvage stuff, and it probably won't work. But yeah, I have this guy. I might get rid of it, and I might keep it. We'll see. The last book that I have for this part one of this unhaul is Anti-Goddess by Kendare Blake. I bought this on Book Outlet. I heard a lot of good things about it. I heard a lot of good things about her as an author. I love Greek mythology. I just couldn't get into it. I didn't even finish it. I DNF'd this book. I didn't even realize that until now. But yeah, I just couldn't. I couldn't. It didn't grab me like I thought it would. And so I'm going to just let it go and move on with my bookish life. So, well, that was it for part one of my unhaul. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I love a lot of these books, but it's time to just let them go to somebody else who might love them just as much as I do. And I'm sad about some of them, but it is what it is. Look out for part two of this unhaul. It's going to be coming at some point soon. And yeah, I'm excited. Thank you so much for being here. You don't have to, and you spend your time here with me anyway. I greatly appreciate it. Have a great day, night, week, weekend, whatever, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.